way you do the things you do. Oh, baby, as pretty as you are, you know you could have been a flower. If good looks cost a minute, you know you could have been an hour. The way you stole my heart, you know you could have been a cougar. Baby, you're so smart, you know you could have been a scuba. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I could tell the way you do the things you do. Oh, baby. Come on, everybody. We're celebrating you today. You made my life so rich. You know you could have been some money. And baby, you're so sweet. You know you could have been some honey. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I could tell the way you do the things you do. Oh, baby, yes, sugar, you make my life complete. You make my life so sweet. You make me feel alright, yeah. You make me feel alright. Yeah, yeah. Woo, alright. Thank you, thank you. We're here to celebrate everybody at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. My name is Ebony Diaz. I'm your singing real estate agent. All right, we've got another great song coming your way. We like to celebrate every day. Every day that we're here is a celebration. So I want to encourage all of you out there right now to join us and celebrate you, because this is your time to shine. All right, on the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Here we go. A little cooling again. I'm going to need everybody's help out there. We're celebrating life today. That's right. You know what I'm talking about. Here we go. You say, yoo-hoo! It's a celebration. Say, yoo-hoo! It's your celebration.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to a celebration. How you like that?
I like it a lot.
And we have a full house today.
You know, you never know what I'm bringing in, and I never know what you're bringing in, and somehow it always works by the grace of God.
Were you ever given a bag of marbles as a kid?
Uh-huh.
Anybody ever gave you a bag of marbles?
Sure, you see what's inside?
No, you get a bag of marbles and you go outside and you make a circle and you play marbles. You know how to play marbles like Skellies?
No.
You know how to do that?
Nope.
Frank, you know how to play marbles, right? And Skellies, there you go. Even the
Doctor in the house, yes?
Even the doc knows how to play marbles. So this is like marbles. We got all these people come in. Russ Johnson's around here somewhere.
He's floating around somewhere. Nice show, though.
Yeah, we started out great as Ebony, who will be playing Night Train on Tuesday night as well. And she has some music she wants us to hear. And some
She's looking good,
stuff.
isn't she? She looks great. We got to see Ebony, it was December, I guess, for Sally and Steve's wedding, and we hadn't seen her in a while, and look at her.
She
She's
must
just
be in love. Are you in love?
with herself. Isn't a better answer all the way around in the universe. How does that happen in this studio? Everyone here is, I feel like hitting love. In love with the universe.
In love.
In love with the universe.
In love with the universe.
In love with the universe.
And we got a lot of people in studio. We got new producers in studio. We got all sorts of stuff. We got G-Man over here. He's doing his thing. You can find us on Instagram as well. We're going back to the old school of doing things. Oh, look, Russ is still around.
Good.
He's creeping in here. He went up to the ship somewhere.
Ebony, you have a mic? Let's get Ebony a mic, see what's going on with her. Russ is going shopping for us?
For who? For him? For G-Man.
For Abraham?
G-Man got you a gift.
Nice.
What is it?
It's a shirt.
Oh, it's
It's a
a
shirt.
shirt. G-Man got a shirt already. What's it say?
Alien.
It says what?
Something about aliens.
It's something about aliens. It's called the, what, Anaki?
You got him in a Nike shirt?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Why? You rank, bro.
You didn't get one.
I don't
didn't
get
one.
stuff. You get
All I can
nothing.
tell you.
And he ordered it because it's still in the bag.
That's right.
Oh, baby.
Let's see what you got, Abraham. Ooh. Is that
What
the
are you,
laugh?
sheep? You a sheep? What are you, sheep? You want to put that up on the camera so we can see what it is? Can you order these?
Right here.
Can you order these?
Ancient astronaut theorists say yes.
Bring it up here. Oh, there you go.
Frank, that's for you.
Wow.
Yeah, they
how
say
can you?
yes.
How do you order this? How do we get these?
In the mail.
No.
You gotta
where do you
love
go to
Russ.
order it.
I'll have to give you the address.
Yeah, love
Thank
Russ.
you. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. And if you
Nice.
had told me you were doing that, maybe I would have ordered 20 of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess then. Wow.
Thank you, Russ.
Evan, how you been?
I have been absolutely
A5.
wonderful. Just excited about everything going on. And I am officially the singing real estate agent with Lifestyle Luxury Living. So anyone that needs any services, I am your agent. I'm here to make sure I can sing you through your listings and help you find that dream home or sell your home and find your next dream home. So I've been doing wonderful and
Beautiful.
enjoying every day. This beautiful, cool weather we're having. I'm actually doing a lot of private events now that are coming up for the holidays, and a lot of the country clubs, they want entertainment, and I'm super excited about the nighttime cafe show. I have a new theme song that I'm going to be presenting to you, and I'll be working alongside with Ricky Williams, as you guys know Ricky, and our band. So we're excited about introducing the show to all of our musicians and our friends and our singers and artists that are available. So I'm excited, just looking forward to working with the Brooklyn Cafe show again in 2023 and helping a lot of dreams come true.
We're excited to have you back. I'm
Thank you.
very grateful when we have the holiday season, but I'm even more grateful when it's over because the world seems to open up again in January. We shut down for a little bit, about 2 months.
Birthdays happened, and I'm not happy.
Oh, you know what they say, it's better to have one than to not.
It's better to celebrate than one, yeah.
So we'll celebrate early. As a matter of fact,
No.
Frank's birthday was last week.
Oh, yes. Frankie, celebrate all of his birthdays.
And I think Frank and Christine, you went over to City Fish.
Yes, we did.
How was it?
Don't ask.
Oh, we won't
Is it
ask.
that good?
No.
It probably was like your last experience there.
Really?
Really?
Ooh, okay.
Was it too crowded?
No.
Was Danielle there?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
They were great.
Okay. Tailored Soul was there.
I'll tell you later, unless you want to.
No.
Depublicize.
No. I got a place for you to go if you want to do your birthday part 2. That'll knock your socks off. Well, we'll talk afterwards. The best restaurant I've ever been to in my life. I've been to a lot of them. But we'll talk afterwards. Wow, I'm surprised.
But Ebony did a fantastic job. You officiate weddings as well.
I do officiate weddings as well, so that's something, and I'm notary. I'm a notary public, so if anyone needs my services, you know, I believe that there's so many services that can be provided, and I'm able to do that. I still do help people also that are trying to get reunification with their children. I work with the Memorial Health Services, with the drug court and mental health court, helping reunify families with their children. I'm a peer support specialist in our community. So if there's anyone that's struggling, there's so many free services available. You don't have to go through it alone. Even for families that are struggling with, you know, members of their family, we do have a lot of support systems in place, and I'd be more than happy to provide those services for you. So, yeah, I had a great time doing the wedding for Sally.
It was nice.
And yeah, she's amazing. I don't know if you've come to her show yet, but you need to come on and to the show on Monday, right?
Mondays at 3 o'clock right here. Call me Zena. And Lynn has been joining Sally for the past couple weeks. And we got a lot of show hosts in here. Lynn's got his show tonight, The Editor's Desk. And he brought a great guest with us that we're going to talk to about the meta universe.
The meta-universe.
Metaphysics. Loving the universe, doing what your soul contract is really supposed to be doing to embrace your soul purpose. Funny how all these things line up here and how Frank appears.
How did you learn all of that? We're meeting her for like 3 seconds. How'd you do that?
I asked. You made 3 pots of coffee in the time I had a conversation. Is all I can tell. You've been very busy in the kitchen.
Very busy.
And we're going to talk to Frank. Karen's here. Russ is here. Avraham. We got a whole lot of things going on
Whole
here.
lot of people.
All about the universe, finding your soul connection. Do you believe that when you come back to this lifetime, when your soul comes, we choose our parents?
I mean, that's what they say. You choose your life, you choose your parents, you choose your path.
Then you choose the messages we are to deliver.
But the funny thing is that you're thinking about present tense. So if you have something that doesn't work out for you and they say you choose this, well, I wouldn't choose this. Why would I choose this? This is ridiculous.
Kind of links to what Ebony's doing when uniting families and kids, and then we get issues, but yet we chose to come to be part of this family. So.
I think you choose a cause. You don't choose people. You want to learn something, and that something is hidden in what you're going to experience.
You think your soul, when it comes back as a child, chooses a cause?
It's a cause. You want to learn something. Like you want to learn humility. You want to learn empathy. You want to learn something, spirituality. You know, I know a lot of atheists that all of a sudden when they're dying says, oh my God. Huh? So I think the cause is what you're choosing, not the people. The people are just part. I don't know. We have to talk to Frank.
We're going to talk. All right.
Because he's over there sitting and smiling, so maybe
Well,
he
Frank
has-
brought us a treat. So before we go to commercial break, I have to line this up
I
just in
gotta go
case I
sit
have
over
an
there.
emergency.
I can't. Oh, I was wondering why you put it out like that.
Because everyone gets to try it.
I see you smoking.
I can smell it. I'm afraid to touch anything. Frank texted me yesterday. He's been texting a lot about these hot peppers. Anyone here like hot peppers?
Not hot, scorching hot.
Apparently, Frank, these are what, 50,000 times, 50 to 100,000 times hotter than a jalapeno?
That's a ghost pepper.
What kind of
this
pepper
goes
is
past-
this?
It goes
Like a
past
bird pepper.
ghost. What's it called?
A bird pepper.
Bird pepper.
B-I-R-D?
B-I-R-D.
Now, is this something that Frank created, or is this on the open market?
No, that's seeds I got from my late father. He had a big tree in his backyard.
And he called it bird?
They
Is
were
it
bird
known
peppers.
in the world as a bird pepper?
Known as a bird pepper.
And you grow them just because you got the seeds from your father.
I grow them because I like hot pepper.
You like it this hot?
I eat them that hot, but I mix them with something else. I'm not a fool.
So what are you gonna do with this? You heard what he said. He's not a fool. You're gonna bite into that?
Abraham, you want some?
Abraham, get the fire extinguisher ready.
Anyone want a hot pepper?
Anybody want to try this? You have to sign a waiver if you do.
Want one?
Don just tried one. I'll try one.
It's a piece of one. It's hot, but it's really good. Now, Christine says he puts it on spaghetti. It's kind of got a little bit of an Italian flair to it. It's like a mesquite Italian pepper. It's got a different
Those have been
taste.
soaking in vinegar and salt for a
Josh,
while.
you
That's
wanna
what I
taste it?
taste in. Okay.
Abraham, taste it.
It's delicious. You gonna try one?
Yeah.
Russell, you want to
How
try
you doing,
one?
Karen?
You want to try some?
I can feel it like starts hitting you.
Ebony, you want one? Oh no.
Is your mouth melting?
Oh, babe.
How's your mouth? How's your mouth?
It's a little hot.
My mouth
Josh
is
should try
on
one. He's
fire.
so-
Josh, you want to try one?
Jelly beans, you should have one.
Anybody want to try one? A piece. You got to sign a waiver.
I
How is
think
it?
Karina wants one. You want to try it? Oh no.
Frank, you want to try a piece? Now that you brought it, you want to try
Oh,
it?
hell no. I had one this morning.
Hell no. You got to be
Josh, you
nuts.
want one?
New guy, you want to try it?
Not that bad.
No? You don't eat
Well,
hot?
it's not,
Okay.
right? I mean, it's delicious,
Russell?
but I only had a piece
You
of
eat
one.
that?
I'm perspiring and I'm just in the room with it.
You know, they say the benefits of peppers, it helps you burn fat and lose weight and
No, this is going to
Adds flavor.
disintegrate you, not fat and lose weight. You're going to end up... Mayor, you want to
it's
try?
got a good taste to it, right?
It's good. Like Scotch bonnet peppers in Jamaica.
Scotch bonnet. How's your face? I mean, how's your mouth?
It's like to the back of your throat. It gets.
So what happened?
You turn into Morse code.
You're gonna get warm.
What?
And they're going to get warm.
Does it get warmer?
They're going to sweat down the temples. They're gonna sweat.
Yeah.
My
Frank puts
tongue
some in
is
his
on
spaghetti.
fire.
I feel like
The back of my tongue is on fire.
like natural remedy.
Can I ask a real
Right.
silly question? Why in the world would anybody torture themselves with this? What?
They taste
what is-
really good.
What tastes really good?
You know, like
What?
it hurts so bad type of thing.
Well, it's the heat, is not the taste. The taste is
No,
the
it tastes
pepper.
really good.
And if you got sinus problems, it'll clear it right up.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding? My sinuses are already clear from here. Look, Russell is sweating. Karen is in shock.
Poor Karen.
Karen is sweating up a deal over there.
Here's my new hashtag, do as I say, not as I do. I got everyone trying
Now
hot
you're
peppers.
supposed to have them say something or read something to see
You
if
know,
they can do it.
it's like when you're kids and you eat warheads or those sour candies that
Oh,
you
no,
know,
no, no, not
like
this.
it's gonna make you make a face. But
Yeah,
as
sour
an
candy
adult,
is
you
one
get
thing.
curious.
This is nuclear fire. This is
But
like
you can cut it up, put it on your salad, and then you avoid the whole salad dressing situation.
Yeah.
word to the wise. Word to the wise. I ain't never going to your house to have salad. I'm gonna tell you right now. Because if you put that in there, we done. We
I
done.
know, you stay away from peppers, but they're delicious, Frank.
You put this in like spaghetti and meatballs, and you hide it in there, and you get that one little bite with it. It'll probably be good.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it
real
has like
good.
a tomato, like you were saying, Italian tomato.
Have another one. Let me see, wise guy. Have another one. Let me see
You
what
want
you got.
another
Me?
Not you. You stop.
I ate 3 of them already.
Did
No,
you?
you did not.
I did eat 3 of them.
He's putting it away like Grant took Richmond.
Yeah, pepper's nothing.
But nothing. I think you're asleep from the neck up.
Nicole, you want
some?
one?
Oh, she
Nicole wants
some.
one.
Nicole wants some.
Come here.
He's eating 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah, what amuses my crew.
Jerk chicken without the chicken.
Jerk chicken.
So what we're gonna do is when they do something wrong, they have to eat the.
The funny thing, it's what amuses people. It's gonna be a
Look
whole
at
new
Judge,
game
look
here.
at Judge, you all right? You're sweating.
Huh?
You're sweating.
No, I'm good. I'm chilling.
His mouth's on fire.
Karen, you're perspiring. Look at Russell. Didn't even have one, and he's sweating.
You never know what
Wow.
amuses. Those are great. Thank you, Frank. All done?
Who had
Like,
some?
it seemed like they liked it.
Who?
Mayor and Nicole.
Mayor has some
Mayor
too?
loved it.
Yeah.
Mayor told me he doesn't need
You'd
that.
almost want one, but you can't.
Who wants one?
You?
I ain't no
You.
desire to want one.
It's just like
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, let's start chit-chatting with our room, see what's happening in this meta-universe we call a studio.
G-Man is going to go run to the bathroom and suck up the faucet because he has 6 of them.
More to come. Stay tuned. 888-994-4995. Charlotte, how are you doing out there?
How are you, honey? Charlotte, come on out and have some of this stuff.
And we'll be right back.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties. Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Melberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Melberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
We call those Freddyisms. And the scariest thing is, I know what he means. Black book.
The little black book of divorce.
Yeah.
So join us next week.
Away from you, not in the same household, not in the same town, or sometimes not even the same state. So they don't understand your situation.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Nice little splashes. You see some of the shows that we are airing on our network. Nice job, Nicole. She put that together.
Shows coming out tonight. We've got Editor's Desk at 5:30. 6 o'clock, we've got Living Life Artfully with Gina Bella. 7 o'clock, we've got Laura, Making Money with Laura Sanders. 6:30, you've got All County Television Network.
You and your doctor.
And 7:30 tonight, we've got Night Train, a special edition of Night Train.
Yeah, we have Johnny Melnick.
Johnny Melnick is tonight.
And then Tuesday, we're going to have Ebony.
And then Ebony will be back on Tuesday.
We have, coming up next month, we have our man Russell, who it seems that everywhere he goes, he gives out these shirts.
Lights in the night.
And he meets other aliens. So if you want your shirt, you know what? I highly suggest you come here. What's the first date?
The 6th.
The 6th of February. And order your shirt. See, I got you off the hook there. Order your shirt. Come on down. I want to get a shirt. You should have put an alien on the back of it. Would have been kind of cool.
So last week, Lynn came in and he said to me, I've got a great guest I'd like you to meet, Karina Felix.
Cariñosa.
Cariñosa. That's not in there, but you can call her that.
But that's what it means. Cariña is an English translation of cariñosa, which is a caring, loving person.
She is the publisher and creator of Meta Lifestyle magazine and in the process of getting her PhD in metaphysics. Meta.
It's a whole lot of meta there.
Which is funny because now Facebook uses Meta as the metaverse. Right? Two different things, but yet not really two different things. You're talking about a larger universe.
Well, meta has two different meanings. So the original comes from Greek, and it means beyond. So beyond what we see here and know, so spirituality. And then later on, it got translated into the study of. So like metadata is a study of data, or metaphysics, the study of sciences, and then metaverse is the study of the universe. So that's what meta really means. It really means the study of whatever that is behind it.
And you are the publisher
lifestyle, obviously
of Meta
we're
Lifestyle.
studying people's lifestyle and helping them enhance and transform their lifestyle to live a better life.
Oh my God, you've hit the golden pond in here, because you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got about 35 people in here who have different lifestyles.
Correct.
And they reach their goals of information to people on how they do their thing.
And part of our journey is to pass on our knowledge, our experience, and just let people know that you're not alone out there. We're all here to support. We hear you, we see you, and we're here to help each other. So, yeah, that's part of the goal of the magazine.
And Lynn, how do you know Karina?
Well, I don't know, it's one of those universe things, right? Where we connected, I don't know, about 1.5 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
And this was about the time when this magazine was kind of a twinkle in her eye, hadn't yet materialized, and I wrote an article, and the article that appears in this first issue of the magazine, I actually wrote like more than 1 year ago.
It was 1 year ago, pretty much. This magazine was supposed to launch January 2022. But I went home to Aruba. I'm from Aruba. And my dad got really sick. And I had to cancel my flight. And I stayed here for almost 3 months to be there with him. So, but he's fine, thank goodness. He just turned 90 years.
Wow, God bless.
So we're blessed with that. But it just threw everything back a whole year. And everything is divine timing. So it's okay. It was meant to start now. So I'm pretty more ready. And then we've been talking, and at one day we went to a networking and we looked at each other and I went, I think I know you. And he's like, yeah, I wrote in your magazine. Who are you? I'm like, I'm the lady from the magazine. And so here we are.
Tell us what this magazine highlights, because I'm looking through this and I want to sit and read it right now, but I can't. But so much this is Lynn's article, Harmonizing the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. And Lynn, what does that mean?
So what that means is that each of us, whether we are in a male body or a female body, we are actually two energies within that body. We are a masculine energy and a feminine energy. And the way that those energies balance within us is what determines how we present ourselves in the world.
The yin and the yang. We need both to have balance.
So when I get angry and stamp my foot, that's more of my masculine energy?
No, that's more of your dinosaur energy. But let me ask, that's an interesting point. Does it become a realization that you have these different energies, that we travel in different souls back and forth? And we talked about lineage, we talked about bloodlines. I can't wait for Sally's show to come out, or maybe Lynn touches it on his show. There's a lot of stuff that you just said that's very complicated. It's not just as simple as male, female, correct?
Right. So in one way it is simple, because when we talk about, male and female, that's biological. But we are not just our bodies.
Correct.
Our bodies are just how we show up here, because they make a great form of transportation. Right?
It's our earthly costume. So we can change our costume every time we come back.
And it's funny because do you ever wake up the same? Do we change our skin? Do we develop? Do we
Every
get more
day. Every day we regenerate ourselves every single day. And it's a big part is our mentality, our mindset. So if every day you wake up in a negative mindset, your body reacts to that. So you feel sick, you feel drained, you feel tired, depressed, anger, whatever that is. But if you just wake up and say, wow, new day, new chances, new opportunity, the body reacts. Because
But you started this life journey with a bit of an advantage.
I did.
Why?
Can we
I'm
talk
an
about
old
that?
soul. I'm such an old soul. I've been asked, like, what was the moment that aha moment? Like, when did you realize you were connected? I just was always connected. My soul came very connected. And since I could remember, I was in a crib and having this entity with me that was always with me and always guided me, talked to me. We communicated telepathically. And to me, I just always had a friend with me, which gave me so much comfort and confidence. That's where my confidence come from, because they've been guiding me. And I listened. Like I said, I became a very obedient student because they showed me, if you listen to us, things work out, and if you don't, it doesn't work out. So eventually, like every kid, they realize you get reprimanded, so you start to do the right thing. And what I did not know then, I followed my gut feeling, my intuition. I didn't know what that meant. I do that now. But then I was just like, I got a guardian angel that's guiding me, and I just follow along. And pretty much my whole life has been, my slogan is, life is too short to say no. Always say yes. Take a chance. Take the risk.
Always
What's the use? And what's the worst that could happen? You die. And it's a good thing. Because we don't die. We just transition. We're good. So once you get to that point, you give up fear. You give up, the judgment. You're free. Literally, the real word free. It's not just free, or I'm not in a prison. Free from your own mental mindset and the stuff that blocks you. So it's good. Just let it go. It's just.
Can you imagine always having a guardian angel, like knowing you have a guardian angel with you since you're a child, and hearing it and communicating it, and then saying, all right, do this, don't do that. And when you realize when you do this, things fall into place the way they should. When you do what they don't want you to do, the yin and the yang, you start following that path.
I want to take it one step slower. Because a lot of people, when you start talking about guardian angels and things like that, they begin to scratch their heads and wait a minute, and they're not there yet.
Well, you could call it intuition or gut feeling. We all have gut feeling. You feel it.
So
Something tells you.
But I rather display it as, isn't it nice to come to a place where everybody's on that positive level, where you can feel the energy? I mean, she lights up a show when she sings. When you walked in, you can feel it. You can feel the change. It's not like you go to different places or you're driving and there's road rage around you and all this stuff. It's more of this kinetic energy, and all of a sudden you start creating this sweater of people interacting and the way they talk to one another. And whether it's guides or it's angels or it's your belief or it's your touch, you know, we always talk about touch. It's nice to be able to come into a room and feel all of that.
But it's interesting because we talked briefly about when you do what your sole purpose is,
Yes.
then things flow.
Everything lines up. Everything lines up. We need to stop pursuing the earthly stuff and pursue what you came here to pursue. We all came here with a mission, you know, like we were talking earlier, which is when you ask, does our soul choose to come? And you know, you mentioned that they come to do a mission, whatever, a lesson to be learned. So once we connect with what that lesson is and you follow it, and I think everyone in here is following their true path. You're doing like amazing work. But once you do that, everything else lines up. The money lines up, the relationship lines up, the joy lines up. It just comes to you with no effort because we're not here to struggle. We're really here to have a good time and be happy and be joyful.
Well, in the path that you choose to take, it's not going to be all honey either. And there are things that happen in your life that you're trying to figure out.
That's what we call a lesson. It's
Well,
not.
you got to figure out the lesson. Sometimes
Correct.
people get
It
down
is.
on
Yes, it
themselves
is a moment of
because they don't
figuring
see
out.
that.
Yes.
And then when you open up your eyes and you let that spirit out again, some really, really good stuff begins to happen. And you're standing around saying, wow, did this just happen to me? I mean, you know, I've been doing this 17 years, and when I met this lady at the radio station, I was very happy in the dark. And she said, why don't you come out the dark and let's build something bigger? And my boat, I need a bigger boat, you know? This man's been with me since the beginning. I knew him before I knew you.
In the dark room. Remember the dark room at the radio station?
It was
the lights
always
were
a dark
never
room.
on.
It was small, it was compact. I was afraid to step out. And I've learned this lesson, and I've learned this lesson the hard way because I refused to learn it until I got sick. And you know that. And I shouldn't even be here right now. And I learned the lesson the hard way. So here you have an idea, you have people that you can learn this lesson the easy way. The easier way, not the easy way, the easier way, if you believe in yourself.
I want to ask Lynn, I was talking to Karina, we come into this lifetime and we learn messages, maybe we choose our families, but maybe it's not the best family relationship, right? We have parents that maybe you think, why did I choose these parents? If we're choosing, if our soul is choosing them.
That's today.
And then you have children, and then you watch history repeat itself. And you think, I need not to do that. And everyone's aware that history is repeating itself.
Yes.
How do we stop and what lessons or messages? We see the lesson, but how do we change the message?
So the lesson is a little more important in the beginning, because the lesson will help us evolve.
Mm-hmm.
The lesson will open us up to more possibility. And when we're open to more possibility, that is in the most powerful moment we can experience as a human being. Yeah. And sometimes people will go through huge disappointments in their life. A relationship will end, a job will end, something else that you could have never imagined is going to happen. And yes, as humans, we're going to go through a period of grieving and maybe some suffering and pain and all of those things, but later on, you look and you say, wow, you know what? If that didn't get cleared out of my way, I could never have become what I am now. I have a client, an author coaching client that I've been coaching, and in writing his book, and it's a really sad story because his wife passed away after delivering their second set of twins. And so here's this man, he's a single father of 7. And trying to figure out how he's going to do things. And I asked him in my last session with him, I said, you really adored your wife, didn't you? And he said, I did. And I said, you know what? She knew that. And she knew that you were putting so much energy, of your energy, into her that you weren't really focusing on what you were here to do. And so in some way, she decided that it was time for her to leave so that you could become all you were capable of being. Now, he could never have heard those words a year and a half ago when she passed. But he could hear them now, because now he had gone through the grieving, gone through the pain, and now he was dealing with what was and what is in the present moment. And in that space, he was able to see a new possibility. And moving past his writing block into actually being able to focus on, why is he here? What message does he have for the world? That's where our message comes from. Our message comes from our growth and our evolution as we, and I don't look at so much at it as who we're becoming, I look at it as a revealing of who we have always been. We take on so many layers and identities and beliefs and labels in our lives. We don't know what's under there. It's like if you found a car abandoned somewhere and it was covered with mud, you wouldn't really be able to appreciate what it was until you'd driven it through the car wash and said, oh my God, I didn't even know the color.
Well, for you, right, you've got father, brother, son, all the uncle, right? All the things that you encompass. But and your story is your story to tell. You could have taken that situation, it could have devastated you today as a father, as a son, as all these things, but you chose a different path when you learned that lesson. How did you realize who you were and who you are in the midst of all these layers of pain?
So I'm still learning. You know, I don't look at the coaching work that I do as me sitting high and mighty on a throne somewhere and telling people what they're supposed to do in their lives. No, what I told people in my first book was, I'm on the journey with you. I might be at a different place in the road. Maybe I'm a few hundred yards ahead of you. Maybe I'm not. But I'm a fellow traveler. But because I'm a fellow traveler, I know the journey. I know what you're dealing with. I know what you're struggling with. And as a fellow traveler, I'm not here alone. I'm not here to where I'm going to curl up into a fetal position and wish I wasn't here anymore, because that's not why I'm here. Sometimes we don't take enough time to allow ourselves to process everything that's going on so that we can actually choose the path that we came here to walk. Sometimes we get so lost and buried and we get drawn into addictions and distractions and all those other things that sometimes it takes someone else to look and say, you know what, I can't make out the whole thing, but somewhere right there, there's a beautiful shine coming through. And I'll bet you, if we took all the rest of the mud and the grease and the grime and the dirt off, that you would be absolutely magnificent.
Can you imagine looking at life when you're at a point of, and saying, let's just take some of that. Let's just take a step back. But it's a great perspective, right, to take a step back and say, all right, it's not all bad. There's a lesson in
There's the
this.
word. Perspective.
I think Karen wanted to say something.
I have a question. Going, piggybacking on what Don said and what Lynn, you're saying, how about, when we each have our journey in life, but what about when they say there's generation curses in the family? How do you break those chains, and how do you find your aha moment that once you get through all that darkness, you start seeing the positivity?
So the idea of a generational curse is a belief. And one of the things that we all need to understand is that we all have beliefs and belief systems. And this is what I refer to as the seventh layer of truth, which is in the new book I'm working on called The 7 Layers of Truth. Most of the beliefs that we have, we did not consciously choose. They were, in some cases, our beliefs came from growing up in a household that we were just trying to survive. So we would take on a belief that our oppressor, our parent, our abuser would think was good so that we could survive. or we take on the beliefs of church and school and the government and all these other places. But it isn't until we actually are free and know who we are that we can consciously choose our beliefs to align with who we are and what we actually want to accomplish in this life. And
But you have to get to that part where you can listen to your
yes,
beliefs, right?
And yes, that's the work of the 7 layers of truth, is going through each layer and understanding what it is, what purpose it serves, and how to navigate our way through to the layer under it until we finally get to the layer of our core truth, which is our divinity, and that we are all connected together. Because most of what we're taught in this world and by our ego is, oh, you're different than that person, different than that person, different than that person, different than that person, and no, you're not.
Well, Karen, for
and,
you.
And to answer your question, Karen, you just have to get still. Shh. Get quiet and listen to the quiet voices.
I always say
It's
I'm a
that
spiritual
simple.
being going through a human experience. And if I silence myself and I spend quiet time with my spiritual being, I'm able to connect to my source. I'm able to connect to the love. And I'm able to connect to the blessing that comes from the lesson. Because in every lesson and every pain, there's a breakthrough. And the process, the steps that we take to get to that process. You know, I had to learn about grieving going through breast cancer. I had to learn that getting test results every 3 weeks, every 6 months was a grieving process. And I didn't understand until I read a book about the stages of grieving and the stages of recovering from grief. And we have limbo losses, which are daily losses that we grieve, like a childhood dream, a puppy crush, you know, a crush, a love that we once shared, that the fear of success, those are limbo losses. And when I allow myself, like I spend 5-minute meditation in the morning, I connect to my inner source, my inner peace, that inner love, that spiritual being. Because I identify with you. As a child, I remembered looking out of these windows, my eyes, and feeling connected to this source, and that I was a traveler, like Lynn said, and that we're all connected. Everything in our planet that's living, breathing, and
even inanimate,
and
the floor, the
the
building.
DNA,
it's
we're all
energy.
it's all energy, vibrational energy. So as soon as I open my eyes, I can connect to the vibrational energy of healing and love and light. And I can choose. Today I can choose. When I'm in that dark place and I need to connect to other friends that can help me find my way. That's why there's so many of us. We're so abundantly blessed that we can create our own universe amongst each other and send healing light and energy through technology, right? Because I get text messages every day of healing light, love, and energy. And we find each other. We found each other here today.
Occasionally, I would send out random notes, just kind of a little blessing and a little reminder. And I would get so many texts back, like, oh my goodness, I needed that right now. How did you know? Like it was, my morning was not good, but then I read that and it just, so that's how we reach and help. It's simple. It is so simple. It's not a big production. Every now and then, just a little thinking of you, sending you
Karen,
blessing.
does that resonate with you?
Right?
Yes.
Because you've come a long way. So how do you dig deep and find your purpose?
Well, I can relate a lot to what Ebony says about, and even Karina, about waking up in the morning and just thinking positive affirmations. Today is a good day. Today's going to be a good day. I'm going to be a better version of myself. And having, in my journey, I've walked through a lot of darkness and had a lot of loss in my life, but I do feel like there is that guardian angel that is always there with you, that uplifts you, and in your time of dark, you do end up seeing the light. And once you see the light, you're much more stronger. You're much more beautiful, like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon and becoming a beautiful butterfly. You start seeing what's beautiful in life and what's important, and loving yourself is really important too to be happy.
So here's my supposition before we go to commercial break, since
Your
Russ
what
is here.
position?
My supposition, according to Russ.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe all those that walk among us from another planet are actually all of us that are here trying to bring the light and soul purposes together. Maybe not the aliens with the green face, but yet a universal energy.
I'm going to give you
Would
my
you give me that supposition?
No, I'm going to give you
Russ?
I'm going to give you my supposition.
Give me.
You know how the pyramids are made?
Uh-huh.
There's an old saying my father said, to look at the ocean, I'd rather do it from the penthouse than from the basement.
Oh, wow.
That's how you like my supposition, which sort of ties in everything that you just said.
Yeah.
Except minus the word aliens, because that gets a little bit hairy. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come. Gosh, on the other side of this 1 o'clock commercial break, some more music with Ebony.
Yes.
And
She has a message for you, so don't go away.
We'll be right back.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come on down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight, guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hi, and welcome back. That's right, we're right here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show, and it's been such a fun day with so many wonderful new friends. And I want to shout out to the hometown heroes here that we have in South Florida. We have wonderful programs for down payment assistance and for your first-time homes. So if you need help, come on and contact me at 786-443-1252. I want to help our hometown heroes. You know who you are. I'm looking for you to help you with down payment assistance program. And if you're not a hometown hero, we also have first-time home buyers programs and down payment assistance programs to help you get into that home of your dreams. And I've got a great song that we're going to kick it off for you, and hopefully you'll enjoy this. And I've got some backup singers and dancers. Come on, Karen and Karina are going to help me with this next song right here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie, who we absolutely love and appreciate for all the blessings and opportunities. We love you guys so much. Thank you. Come on, put your hands together. Yeah. Woo! I know a place, ain't nobody crying, there ain't nobody worried, there's only smiling faces, the smiles on your faces. Come on, girls. Woo! Somebody help me. Come on, come on, come on. Help me now. Yeah.
Awesome.
They made their own band. Look at that.
I love it.
I love
She's
it.
got her whole singing trio.
Unbelievable. I didn't know you ladies could I know you could sing. I didn't know you could sing. Wow.
How you like
What do you
that?
think? I think we have the new Sister Sledge sisters. What was the name of those three sisters?
Pointer
Sister Sledge?
Sisters or Sister Sledge?
Sister Sledge.
Yeah.
We got the new Sister Sledge coming out.
In the house.
What do you think?
I like it a
There
lot.
ain't nothing like backup singers, right? I tell you, you are such an entertainer. I gotta tell you, ever since I've met you, there's a walk about you. There's something different about you, and you always worked for good causes and things that you do. You marry people, you counsel people, you help people. It's an amazing aspect of what you do. Amazing. And we met you during COVID, didn't we meet during COVID?
I don't.
Yeah,
we met at the
you in
radio
Studio
station. Radio studio. Oh, I don't know where, but yes.
I don't
She's
even
been
know
with
where
us
the
a
hell I
long
am.
time, is all I can tell you. And she always lights up the room.
And she's growing and going, and you're producing new music. Where's your microphone?
I've got the new, I'm here.
What is your new, and what kind of music are you producing?
I'm
What are
actually
coming out?
producing a new song called Come Take Me, and it's about suicide prevention and finding your power, finding the love inside of you, finding God, whatever your choice of God is, your higher power. And I'll be performing that song on the Nighttime Cafe train. It'll be the preview and it'll be the first time performed. So I'm excited. I did it with Ricky Williams.
Is your mic on?
Is that mic on?
Let's see if that mic's on.
Josh loves the camera, doesn't he? Look at him. So, okay, so how do you get this song? Is it out yet or?
No,
not
the
yet?
song was just produced in the studio, and I was inspired. The song is called "Come Take Me," and I got the track from Ricky Williams, as you know, is the producer I work with, who's a blind producer, keyboard player, singer, phenomenal songwriter. And we have a theme song that we've just produced also for Nighttime Cafe Train, which I'm going to let you hear. I'm just excited because my goal is to be a light wherever I go. If I can bring hope today to someone in their life, then I've done my mission on this planet Earth. That's what I ask for every day, that my breath, I don't waste my breath on negative energy and people, places, or things. I'm not taking anything with me, but the last breath has to mean something. And so every day that I get a chance to sing, I sing to the seniors. I go to the senior communities. I love up on my seniors. I love them. And I get to sing and bring joy and hope and light. And that's my voice. That's the gift that I was given since I'm 7 years old. I've been writing. If you Google Ebony Diaz, you will find all of my music. I have a song called Without You, Sin Ti, which is without each other, without our source that I choose to call God. Without the help of each other, we can get through anything. It's all about, that particular song is about homelessness, suicide prevention, and addiction and recovery.
I want to see Karen interview Ebony and Karina together in Spanish.
Oh, you got to see them sing together. Why not?
That's what I'm thinking.
Is that new song, does it have a video attached to it yet? Are you making a video?
The song Without You has a video attached with it. If you YouTube it, I can send you the link to the video.
Okay.
And it's very moving. It shows the reality of homelessness and suicide and addiction, and it shows the choices. There are options. You know, we all go somewhere dark, but we can get help. And that's my message to anyone who's struggling today. You never have to be alone. We're human beings, but we're going through these experiences together. And we are here to support you and encourage you and love up on you until you can love up on yourself. And that's my message of hope today.
Very nice. Good stuff. Good
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So Karen, I want to see that interview in Spanish. That will be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. And I think there's a lot that you can, you have a beautiful message to put out there to the Spanish and to the world, to let them know that there's this light in all of us.
La luz es brillante y todos tenemos la luz.
Eso es cierto.
Eso es cierto y tenemos que recordarnos que no estamos solos y todo lo que pasamos es algo para, la experiencia es una lección pero preciosa y a la misma vez el dolor te hace más fuerte.
Eso es muy cierto.
The learning
Sí.
of the light.
¿Sabe? So, I mean,
The pain does make you stronger, because I always say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You feel that in the moment when you're in that dark space, you feel that there's no hope or no light, but then you find it within you, and you know there's help out there as well that you can reach out to and can help you.
Yeah, and the thing is that like for me, I forget that I have this light and I have this energy, this source that wants to love me and wants to open the doors. Like coming here today and saying yes and welcoming all this opportunity and all this blessing. You know, that's the thing. Every day I get a chance to say yes and find my true, authentic self. To thine own self be true. And if we can find that, and like I always say, you uncover, discover, and recover. You know, you can recover from anything you experience today. And you don't have to do it alone. And it's okay to be afraid. But fear, you can face everything and recover and not say F everything and run.
And I think that's the message. And I got to talk to Frank, because everything that's going on around the world, especially this week, is in one of Frank's books. And all these messages that things happen, but you can recover. And I said to you this morning, I don't understand why people do hurtful things to other people. And I think of you, Frank, every time I say this, we don't learn. And I don't know what it's going to take. I guess it's going to take reading Frank's books and actually Judgment Day for us to finally learn to be kind to each other, to reach out, because we hurt each other so much. And then you say you're sorry, but the damage has been hurt. I don't know why we continue to we hurt other people.
Well, hurt people hurt people. Yep. And unfortunately, it's how I send out that love and light to you. When you're hurting me, I can pray and say, this is a very sick person. How can I be helpful to him or her? Remove my anger. And let me be that light. And let me be sending them love, as opposed to feeding that negative energy, feeding that anger, feeding that fear. I can deflect it. You know, it happens every day.
You know, the words I heard today that really make me smile is, I was talking to G-Man, who was telling us in Studio A how he was having a real crappy day today. When he got up, things were just not right for a lot of reasons, car, home, everything else. Until he came here, he says, and then all of a sudden, the light bulb went on. Everything looked better. And you know, to me, that means a lot.
Sure.
Because this gentleman has been working with me all week.
Late.
And he's one of the few guys who's been here late. He was with us late Saturday. Every time I need something, he's by my side. And today, for him to say that, you guys did that. You know, you're the wine that he got to taste, and he's happy about being here. And that's the most amazing gift for me today. There can't be no wrong. You could be grumpy all you want. That's okay, because that's all part of the learning curve. That, to me, is the lesson learned. So it's a drop. How do you fill a bucket?
One drop at a time.
One drop at a time.
One
drop
drop
at
at
a
a
time.
time.
If you say no, you can't fill a bucket. But if you say yes, that drop gets in there. So you guys did that today. So I want to thank you, not the other way around, because it made him happy. And that, to me, means a whole lot more than anything else.
Well, you know, a problem shared is a problem split in half.
Wow.
So we're as deep as our secrets, dark as our secrets. So if we share what's going on, then now we can get help. You know, the universe will send us help. And we're grateful for you, G, for suiting up and showing up, you know, going through that uncomfortableness.
Where's your book, by the way?
There's a book inside of me. Lynn, I'm going to have to talk to you, because I need to write my book.
You got a novela inside.
Una novela. Actually, I got a whole song. I got a whole TV show called La Bodega. It's based on my man Joe. When you Google it, it's about looking for my man Joe. I got to talk to you about this whole marketing concept.
I got a shirt that says Bodega.
Really? And I got a shirt looking for my
Might be
man
in the
Joe.
back.
Oh, Joe, I hope
It
you
might
know
be.
que te quiero. You touch my heart and soul y te espero to set me free. Tócame, papi, you're the
my
man for
Bodega
me.
shirt has a theme.
It's a pilot idea. I got to talk to you, Freddie.
You know, the Bodega was part of that show, or that movie, that Slick used to like. And the Bodega has all these little, it's like a supermarket.
Piragua. What was that movie?
All that movie. The Heights.
Yes.
And the Bodega has all these little recipes. I grew up on the Bodega. And there used to be a little horse. You put a quarter in it, and it used to. So we call it el caballito. So mom used to send me to the store to get milk or something. Get the caballito, right? So I said I only go if I got a quarter, and I used to go. But the bodega allows everybody in here is an ingredient in this bodega store, in this store. And so we made a shirt about it. That's how crazy we went. This is going back a couple of years. Wow, and she brings it up to date.
What a connection. Well, the thing was that when I shot the video, I got to look for my man Joe in New York, in Miami, in Puerto Rico, in Venezuela, in DR, and the last place that the cops saw him was in the bodega. So you see me going into the bodega, and the idea is I play all the voice characters, I do all the voiceovers, I play all the characters, I dress up, I play the cop, the old lady, I play all the characters. I love to play. And then now the goal is in the bodega, there's so many different characters in the bodega. And of course, my man Joe is a dream. I'm dreaming of my man Joe. So I'm looking for people to submit themselves to go on a date with me because I'm looking for you, baby.
1-800 bodega. 1-800 bodega. Win a date.
There you go.
Ebony.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Frank A. Ruffolo, see what's happening. I think
Frank,
we've all
did you write
recovered from our
about this?
peppers.
Put yourself out there. Good for you.
Stay tuned, more to come. And we'll be right back.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
If you served in the Marine Corps, by now you know about the contaminated water problem at Camp Lejeune. If you were stationed or worked at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987, you probably have a lot of questions. We have some answers. You could be entitled to compensation. Billions of dollars are being allocated to pay for damages to anyone stationed at Camp Lejeune during that time. Unfortunately, it appears that officials may have known the contaminated water problem existed and did little to protect their men. The Semper Fi code was not honored. If you or someone in your family has developed a serious illness, including various forms of cancer, call this Camp Lejeune legal support line right now. You can't turn back the clock and change what happened, but you can certainly call right now and learn your rights as a Marine. Here's the number.
Call 855-993-2180. That's 855-993-2180. Again, 855-993-2180.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
On Facebook, yeah.
That's Josh playing some tunes. Josh is on a roll because his Philadelphia Eagles team that he roots for are actually probably going to get into the Super Bowl this year. And again, he proves me wrong. So he's a very happy camper. Also, Josh is working on Triple C's video.
Which is really nice.
Which was really outstanding. Outstanding work. So we're getting into that whole production of video for music and things of that nature. And he's going to shoot a couple of spots and everything else.
There are so many things which I'm really glad that people are working creatively. You know, Frank sent me something the other day about Gabriel, which is he's always with me. But I didn't realize the capacity of really what Archangel Gabriel oversees. I know Raphael is healing and Michael is, I think, your angel. But when you sent me all of these things about Archangel Gabriel, I thought, wow, this makes so much sense of who he is and what he does. And then Karina's telling us about her angel and her entity. Do we all, Frank, have support from the angels?
We all have a guardian angel.
One specifically?
You could have more than one. They may talk directly to you as a voice, or basically, like she said, there's an intuition. Where if you make a decision, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should go this way. That's basically your guardian angel telling you which way to go. It's in your mind, and he's telling you. If you want to know his name, you can clear your mind and sit in a dark room, close your eyes, and think that you want to know your archangel's name or your guardian angel's name, and the first name that comes into your head, that's who it is. So I know I have two guardian angels, David and Jason are their names.
Really?
But
Do you know who David and
I also
Jason
have
are?
archangels following me, so I've got my whole posse.
Now, do we gain more guys as we go along? I mean, you have your angel guys, I get that, but do we gain?
You can.
If you're
Sometimes
open?
some people only have one. You can gain more.
And does that a value, does that happen because your self-awareness value is growing as you grow, more and more things are welcoming themselves to you?
It depends on what path you're taking. You can have bad angels, though. If you're on a bad path, you can have the bad guys. Because they're out there too. Wherever there's good, there's evil.
Or it's the yin and the yang, the other side of
they're
the
there.
moon, and all that stuff. But, you know, you can't feed into your negatives, and that's usually the spirit of man. It's a question that God has given us all free will. So,
Right.
you know, it's not a given that you're always going to live in a happy place. Sometimes you got to make some decisions here. I mean, that's what learning is all about, right?
Well, you can live in a happy place if you want to.
If you choose.
That's why we're given free will. So
You know,
that's
and-
why there's evil in the world, because a lot of people don't want to live in a happy place.
You know, because sometimes I listen to some of the things
Right.
that Frank says. And I look at some of the things that are happening right now in Europe. You know, all of a sudden, we're about to escalate this thing out of control, in my opinion, anyway. And I look at the poor souls that are embracing battle, man against man, again. I mean, haven't we had enough with all the wars and everything else that occurred? And here we are being stupid once again. I used to make fun of the fact that COVID, you gotta wash your hands. Well, you should wash your hands without COVID. You should do that, you know? Hello. Take a bath. Wash your hair. Scrub there, as they say. Hey, just quoting my uncle.
Scrub there.
Scrub there. I said, I'm making a shirt. But the funny thing is, why is it, Frank? Why? I can't put my hands around it.
It's
How
our
could it be so
pride.
vicious.
It's our pride, and it's our belief that we can do what we want, because
I heard
we
money
are
in the
we
background.
are in a position. We are slowly placing ourselves on the same level as the Almighty, and it's our pride. Well, I can do that. If He can do that, I can do that.
We feel entitled that we can do what
We're
we
entitled.
want.
That's our entitlement and our pride.
You know,
The Israelites were in the desert for 40 years. Why? That trip should have taken about 10 days from Egypt to.
Well, they didn't have a compass.
They didn't have they didn't have a GPS. So yeah.
GPS. You know, I was told that the Vietnam War was fought because Coca-Cola wanted to make money. It's all about the money, and the money this and the money that. But you're talking about stupidity with a capital S. Let me beat up on you. Let me be a bully. And then you don't think that anybody else is going to stand up for that. And now they're going to send in tanks. I mean, this is about to just circle out of control. And it doesn't take a president or whatever the hell Putin is. It doesn't take a guy being elected to understand the realities of what we're doing here. This is just stupid. Killing one another for what? For what? I never understood
But
this.
think of who's the one that's dying. It's the little people dying. They're sitting in their houses collecting their money and doing their business and commerce.
Yeah, but it's going to
Think
get a whole
about
lot
it.
more complicated.
It's when us, the people, stop following them and saying, no, we're going to think for ourselves. We're going to make a decision
Well, you
for
saw
ourselves.
how people were fighting against the war in Russia. And what they do, they threw 30,000 people in jail. And a Russian jail in Siberia is not like, you know, Miami-Dade here where you go down to the tombs down there. It ain't like that. A Russian jail is in a pit with
it's
alligators.
horrible. Yeah.
So you don't speak up. Same thing with Iran and the women thing and all this. I still don't understand. I have yet to understand why is it that we have to be, whether it's even, there can't be that much pride in the world. I mean, I understand what Hitler
Ego.
did.
There's so much entitlement and ego. It's because there's no consequences to behaviors. If someone's mean to you over and over again and you walk away, it's okay to be mean to you because you're going to walk away.
Who said I'm walking away? This
I'm
is
just
what's
saying,
happening.
I'm just saying in general, if people walk away from conflict and people walk away, it's okay, they didn't mean it, or they said they're sorry and they do it again.
If they do it to me, is one thing.
No.
But if they do it to somebody else, then we're going to rumble.
But
because,
why?
Because somebody else, sometimes they can't defend themselves. Or they don't know how to defend themselves. And all of a sudden, you're taking somebody else and you're shrinking their soul. Nobody has a right to do that. Nobody has a right to do that. Nobody has a right to touch you. Nobody. I don't care who you are. You could be a judge and and put somebody to death because they killed 17 people, or not, that's a whole different animal. But to beat up or bully on somebody, nobody has that right.
No, but Frank, you connect with your angels and your guides. Safe to say? What's the message? What's the lesson we're supposed to be learning that we're clearly not?
Well, we have abandoned our faith.
Wow.
That's what we have done.
As a
Whatever
general
your faith may
population?
be, whatever God you believe in, whatever God you chose to believe in, we've abandoned them. We have
But why,
placed
Frank?
ourselves, we have gotten so self-centered that we have placed ourselves on the equal level of the Creator, our God. We think we are like God. Well, we create life, we kill life, we create life in the womb, we create life out of the womb. We're God. Well, I can do whatever I want because I, as a mankind, is starting to believe that they are just as good as God is.
All right.
And we can do anything we want to do.
All right, then I need to ask you a couple of questions because I knew you were coming. So, Cain and Abel in the Bible speaks of a brother killing his brother, yes?
Basically what's happening today, but okay.
The apostles were all crucified upside down. Some of them were stoned to death. Most of them were crucified upside down.
A lot of them wanted to be crucified upside down because they didn't want to be crucified like Christ was crucified.
That's
So
right,
said,
because they didn't think they
"Crucify me
were
upside down."
deserving of it. Okay. The wars fought over teaching people religion. What is called the religious wars? There's a name for it. The Crusaders. Things of that nature. Coming to the new world and making people believe in one way, the only way, or you were hung. It looks like man's method of doing things is always through violence.
Yep.
But why? And the reason I ask you why is because I'm looking maybe somewhere along the line, maybe my lesson is to learn the why of why we do what we do. If you got free will, why can't we go the other way? Why can't we help people who are hungry and feed them? We have to take that money and build a missile. Why? I mean, think about the logic here.
I have a question. Why do they put like murder and violence and things on TV? They make it so real, so vivid, and like, for instance, why can't they punish somebody the same way they committed a crime? So instead of just
like an eye for an
going
eye.
through, like instead of going through a trial, in my case, my son was stabbed to death. So why can't they get the murderer and stab him to death in front of the whole world so that they can see that there's a punishment to this violence? But instead, they put public defenders for these criminals. They start talking about their background, how they had childhood trauma or they were addicted to something, and then it's like, it's okay. You did this, but it's okay. It's kind of like not making it seem wrong in front of everybody because, but you got to listen to this side of this criminal's story and how they survive and this and that. And then it just seems like people are copying more and more on these gun shootings in schools.
Well, we've highlighted
stores.
the negative instead of the positive in people.
Unfortunately, in this country, if you commit a crime and they can prove that you are insane, mentally incapacitated, whatever it is, after you leave the crazy house and you're normal, they got to let you go. Reagan was shot in front of billions of people on camera, and they just let that kid go because he was insane at the time he did it. Now, who in their right mind is going to say, well, you're okay now, and put him out in society? This is a big debate that's been happening in this country for years. The helter-skelter killer, that guy, they didn't want to let him out because he was eating people. I mean, do you let somebody who ate people out even though he's
but we don't
insane?
learn, and if we don't learn, and we read through Frank's books and all of the teachings of the higher presence.
But if the rules are set against your teachings, how do we change the rules?
I think the rules are going to be changed.
How?
Spiritually.
He doesn't
On
want
that
to
day.
say it.
Well, they say They say spiritually.
I got to tell
Spiritually, the
you.
rules are going to be changed. But what's going to happen is eventually it's all going to come to a head. And God is going to say,
Enough.
that's it.
Enough.
Well, it's always about power and
Enough.
control. It's the classes, the different classes, and unfortunately, it's always been a power struggle.
It's always a power struggle.
And whoever's got the most money is going to be controlling the outcome of the events.
So,
Unfortunately, the classes, we're splitting classes. There's no more middle class, so to speak. You know, we're struggling between,
But let's talk about mass shootings.
power and control.
But let's talk about mass shootings that are occurring. I think in California they had 3 in one day. I don't remember the number, but it's very high since January 1st, the amount of people being killed. Now, this is people celebrating New Year's in Chinatown or whatever, and they get killed. You go to the bodega, and the guy comes out with an AK-47, and he kills everybody. You got a kid in Parkland that shoots 17 innocent lives, and it's on TV, and they give him life. Something to what you say, because he's insane.
That's
You're not
what my
you're not supposed to put an insane person to death, but he's allowed to put you to death.
Well, that's what when we were going through the trial of my son's murder, they were trying to defend him with insanity, and it's like he premeditated it, and everything just was. You could tell, he was up to something, and then it happens, and then he gets all this publicity, and now he, people feel sorry for him or hear his side of the story.
But the issue is, it's going to continue. We got floods, we got earthquakes, we've got famine, we've got disease, we've got all of these things that are happening. Everything that you've written about in your books, leading up to, it's all happening. I mean, we had the drought in California, then we got the flood in California, then we've got earthquakes, we've got flooding in Texas. I mean, you've got tornadoes ripping through homes. But yet, we're still mean to each other, right? We're still hurtful to other people.
So let's flip the script and say, okay, you know what's going on. Somewhere along the line, we have to make a change.
And how?
And forget about the how, because I don't think there is a how. I think that coming to terms, they say that if you don't want to believe in God, then believe in yourself. In my family, that's what they used to say, because in my family, there were people that didn't believe in the higher authority. That's okay. I'm not here to judge you, but then believe in yourself, because that's undeniable. If you don't believe in yourself, you're going to have some hard days ahead of you, and you look at the history of that happens. But what I don't understand is how come the things that Frank talks about, the thing that Frank writes about, because you can't change things that are written. You read a book, it's there. Unless it's Hansel and Gretel and they throw it out because apparently it's improper. I grew up on stuff like this. I don't get it. But how come we still read, even though we read and everything else, we still go in the wrong path? It's like I tell you, Frank, if you go here, you're going to burn up. If you go there, you're going to live forever. And everybody goes that way. Why? Why do you put your hand on the stove to see if it's hot, looking at the flame? Why do we do that? Why do we always pick the negative?
It goes back to what he just said, faith.
Right?
Or lack of?
If someone tells you, if you have faith, you believe. You don't have to go prove. You don't need proof if you have faith.
If you have faith.
You
so
don't need
all these other problems don't have faith.
There's no
Is that
faith.
the deal?
And free will,
Let me tell you, what do you think would happen? I don't want to use Jesus. What do you think if somebody came down from the heavens and walks across the Ukraine field, and no matter what they do, he's still walking? You could try shooting and killing and everything else. And he grabs a soldier, he takes him over, he grabs a Russian soldier. What do you think would happen? Would the world then believe? Because you have to see with your eyes. And if you understand that example, how do you know the moon exists? You've been there. How do you know Mars exists? You've been there? Or did somebody tell you it exists? Do you always have to see to believe? That's called faith, right?
Well, yeah, that's faith. You don't have to see to believe.
When Jesus came to the world, he had a whole bunch of people believing him, but he had a whole bunch of people that didn't.
In Revelations, doesn't the Bible say everyone will come to believe Jesus, but not everyone will be saved? Everyone will believe there's a Jesus, but not everyone.
In Revelations, you are going to be given a final chance to believe. That's in Revelation.
But isn't it
That's
amazing?
in the Judgment Day. You're going to be given a chance to believe.
But isn't
Those who choose wisely
Yeah.
will remain. Those who do not won't.
But isn't it amazing that the greatest book ever written, more volumes have ever been sold, written, and read, is the Bible? So wasn't Jesus...
And we still don't believe.
But wasn't Jesus' point was he never said that he was the king of anything.
No.
But they wrote about it.
Right.
And they continue to read about it. And now we are in the book of Apocalypse. Do you want to read that?
Jesus did say, do not call me master and do not worship me. I am just like you. And you are going to be able to do more than what I have been able to do. So we now have the power to do so much more. We have the technology, we have the communication, we have all of this networking. We are now at the place to do so much more. And now we have to do that more. That's what we're here for.
Do you think part of your sole purpose is to bring people together to, I don't want to say find the light, because people say light and love, kind of a cliche throwing it together, but to actually bring positive awareness to your soul's purpose?
Yes.
Is that part of your mission?
Yes, that's my mission. And part of why the magazine is, and I was just explaining here, that, and I heard about it not too long, a research they did, which is, Brene Brown did a research during COVID. And because we were so busy staying busy that we didn't have to deal with our true mind or true self. But COVID made us stay home. And now we have to look at ourselves straight up in a mirror. And now we have to deal with our own issues. And what happened between that and, of course, the millenniums, and if you have any millenniums in your house, then their outlook is very different. They're very much about boundaries. I got to take care of me, love. It's a very different world from where we grew up as kids are supposed to be seen, not heard. So we learned to shut up. But now we're able to talk. And what I'm getting out of the magazine is people are so much raw. They're now telling their story. And by telling that story, whatever that is, bad relationships with the parents, the abuse, the rapes, whatever that is, by putting the story out there, we're stopping the taboo. Shh, be quiet, don't talk about that. Don't let the neighbors know. Now we're saying, no, this happened. And it's still happening. And now someone else who's been hiding in shame can say, oh, I don't have to be ashamed anymore. I can tell my truth and I can release that energy, that negative, that feeling bad and I'm not worthy or I'm damaged goods, whatever that is.
Speak your truth.
Right? Speak your truth. But by sharing your story, you're opening up doors for someone else to say, I was there too. Can we talk? I need help through this, right? And that's how we this is how we're transforming. And the transforming is as more and more people start to awaken, and become more centered. And you're seeing this over and over. Doctors giving up their high-paying job and saying, no, I'm going to pursue, a coaching or something like that. And you're like, you're giving up all your money
It was like, Frank, when you and Chris used to go to the Apparition Center. You would see all of these messages of faith.
Yeah.
And now you continue through your writings.
I continue through my writing.
Now we got to get people to read them and read them and read them some more.
Yes.
It's funny, when I met this gentleman, this outlay that we have here, this rug that we put out here, says Awakening on it, is because Frank used that word one day on a show. And it struck a nerve.
Oh my goodness.
And it's there for everybody to read. Because short of me reading for people, short of that, you got to take an effort. You got to make an effort.
So remember I told you on the morning show the story about the co-joined twins?
Yeah.
Successful. So the big debate question is, was it a medical miracle of these 25 medical professionals coming together and doing something they had never done In 150 years of this hospital, this team has never come together and separated co-joined twins. Or is it the faith and the prayer of all of these people coming together and the family's love for these little girls that in conjunction with these, because of course you needed the medical technology that brought out this positive
Well, it goes hand in hand. One goes with the other.
Correct. You can't have one, right.
But I think what the problem is, a lot of people are afraid
Yes.
to make the change.
Change
why?
is difficult.
Because they like what they're doing now,
It's the fear.
whether it's good or bad.
That's a comfort zone.
And they're in a comfort zone now.
That's
And if they have to make that change, they're afraid that, well, I don't want to make this change. I'm fine. Why do I have to change?
But what about a fear of getting in your car and going to work? There's always that thing that something bad can happen.
But that's
I heard somebody say to me today, huge car pileup, 20 cars, and I would have been in that, but I left 5 minutes late. Fear is fear. Isn't fear part of existence? It doesn't change you to choose the
Did he
better.
leave 5 minutes late because he was doing something bad?
I
Or
was
did he
waiting.
leave 5 minutes late because his guardian angel told him to leave 5
Maybe
minutes
the
late?
guardian angel threw the soap on the floor and she got out late. I don't know why. But the funny thing here is change can be good for you if you embrace it.
If you precisely.
If
But
you don't
isn't-
embrace
But nobody wants to embrace it.
it, you got to learn
They're
to
afraid
embrace
to embrace it.
Isn't fear the false evidence that appears real? Like
Correct.
in the
In our
human-
minds.
In our minds.
There's the things that are cleverly put together. Fear could be your friend if you want it to be. It doesn't matter. Don't live where other people tell you that things should be this way because I say no.
So,
do
Freddie,
that.
you said what people should read the book, and what I've seen is we read lots of books. I've seen many people who has all the books, and I always say knowledge is not power. The application of knowledge is financial freedom. So you have to take that information and apply it in your life, not just read it and say, "Oh, I got the knowledge because it's written in the
Well,
book."
when you read through Frank's books, you'll realize
But you
it's
have
the
to do
knowledge
it.
and the application of the collective faith of what you see and actually the miracles of Mother Nature, of what God can provide, rather than the earthquakes and the hurricanes and the flooding and the war and the man against man. Maybe a golden altar is what we all need to see, if we need to see before we believe.
But we have to take action.
Do you know?
Correct.
Do you understand what a miracle is?
Yes.
How many times does a miracle happen?
Every single minute I go,
Miracle happens once.
you think so?
I know so.
When is
Because
that?
2 miracles are not the same. 3 miracles are not, but it happens once. But the question here is, isn't faith a miracle?
Yeah.
Because you have to believe. You got to go deep inside and believe it. And if you can share your love of faith to somebody else, that's the second one. And if it comes from the originator, if it comes from that man who gave up, if they believe, his life for us, then that's the third one. Because everything works in threes. Life is generated in threes. Now you can learn one way or you can learn the other way. What I like about Frank's books is he gives you a choice to learn multiple ways. Not one way, because Frank teaches by asking a question. He doesn't teach you by answering a question, and that's biblical. That comes from writings from the Bible and everything else. If you understand what the man was trying to teach you, feed thousands with 2 fish. It wasn't feeding fish. It had nothing to do with the Virgin Mary. Had nothing to do with that word virgin, if you understand. And if you don't, then keep learning. So, Frank, how do people get your book? Books. Not books, a book. Books.
They're on the best platform would be Amazon. I have my own page on Amazon. Amazon also runs some programs from time to time where books are discounted. Just go on Amazon.com and just type in my name, Frank A. Ruffolo. You can contact me via email It's frankaruffolo@gmail.com if you want autographed copies. I do have, from time to time, book signings in the Broward County and South Florida area.
I
so
saw
just
you
keep
on
me,
one, yeah.
keep me on tune in Facebook, and you'll see all my book signings. I just started with a...
What about the latest one? You finish it? Is it out?
the
last
latest
one you
book?
wrote? Yeah.
I've got 5 of them waiting to go out. The latest one is not out yet.
Not out yet. Okay.
The editor, is there the next one ready to go out?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
I'm going to guess about 5 or 6 weeks, the next one will be out. And then I've got 5 more after that, so it's...
I got to tell you, the anthologies of Frank's books, just amazing. The messages that are out there, and how much you channel down.
And I'm trying to get 3 of them to put on screen, so say a prayer.
Amen. Let's do it.
Interesting.
And how do we get your magazine, Karina?
Oh, my magazine. Please pass me a copy there.
I was just going to.
My magazine, Meta Lifestyle magazine, on metalifestylemagazine.com. And there's many opportunities to submit articles, to be featured, to advertise, promote, whatever, and definitely connect. Connect with a growing group of people just like this, here for a mission and to light up the world and to shine our brightest starry way. So please go to the website, www.metalifestylemagazine.com, and reach out to me, connect with me, and let's see how we can cooperate and collaborate together.
Lynn, who do you have on tonight for Editor's Desk?
Well, our scheduled guest is unable to be there tonight because his wife had a surgical procedure today. So we're going to be doing something that you and Freddie have been asking us to do for a while. Mm-hmm. Our show tonight is going to be about our book.
Great.
And telling the people that maybe didn't hear the story the first time months ago, we'll get to hear the story of Luis Gomez and I and our past life connection and the book we wrote about it. And we may even go into one of the 12 sacred lessons as well.
What's your top sacred lesson right now after hearing today's show that you could think
There's
of?
a couple of them that keep showing up. One is it triggers our gifts, and the other one is a willingness to be open. But the underlying lesson, the most important lesson of all of them, is that love is eternal. That is the message on which everything else has as a foundation.
Okay. And Karen, you're going to be interviewing a few lovely people here?
Yes, I
think.
am. We're going to try the Spanglish version, but I'm ready to interpret English into Spanish, and our Spanish viewers can engage in
Josh is the one that convinced me that that's actually probably a good idea.
To do the Spanglish you asked for.
What's the matter? The hot stuff burn your ears? Oh, head high. Ebony, you have any concerts or anything that's coming up where you're going to be singing?
I'm doing mostly private events coming up right now, but I'm always available if you have a special event, if you need a minister, anything notarized, if you need to get help finding a place, especially now, everything's so expensive with moving, rentals are outrageous. And so I always recommend if you're paying astronomical amount of money for a rental, you can consider some down payment assistance programs and getting into your own home and building equity. As far as the latest project with music, I'm excited because I've got a new song that's in the studio that I'm dropping vocals on. It's about Come Take Me, and it's about taking the hand of God and letting God lead the way and finding that light and that hope. And I'm really inspired by this song, and I should be able to have it ready to do a show of it for next week. So I'll drop
I feel
some
like that
vocals.
song and one of Frank's books goes together in a video somehow.
That might work out, Frank.
That may work out.
We'll have to talk about that.
Which book, Frank, would you
I'm
put
also
with
an
that?
actor. You can Google my last movie. I played a West Indian actress. I put on my West Indian actress. You know, I do a lot of voiceovers, so I love my accents. I was raised in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, so that's why I get it.
All right, Ebony's going to be joining us on Cafe Night Train Tuesday night. Ready to wrap this up?
Yes, and we hope that everybody who's watching the show today got a little something different. Remember that it doesn't rain all day. Sun does come out. And just be true to yourself.
If you ever just need to find that hope, come on into the studio. Our doors are always open, and there is always a fresh pot of coffee.
Always.
Freddie's always got a pot of coffee
it.
brewing, so come on in and actually sit down and have a cup of coffee with us and just have a beautiful day. We will see you tonight. Editor's Desk, 5:30 kicks off our Amp Media Studios night. Check in with all of our shows, and we'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.